A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Luke. Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not be afraid any longer, little flock, for your Father is pleased to give you the kingdom. Sell your belongings and give alms. Provide money bags for yourselves that do not wear out, and an inexhaustible treasure in heaven that no thief can reach, nor moth destroy. For where your treasure is, there also will your heart be. Gird your loins and light your lamps, and be like servants who await their master's return from a wedding, ready to open immediately when he comes and knocks. Blessed are those servants whom the master finds vigilant on his arrival. Amen, I say to you, he will gird himself, have them recline at the table, and proceed to wait on them. And should he come in the second or third watch, and find them prepared in this way, blessed are those servants. Be sure of this, if the master of the house had known the hour when the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You also must be prepared, for at an hour you do not expect, the Son of Man will come." Then Peter said, "Lord, is this parable meant for us or for everyone?" And the Lord replied, "Who then is the faithful and prudent steward, whom the master will put in charge of his servants, to distribute the food allowance at the proper time? Blessed is that servant whom his master on arrival finds doing so. Truly I say to you, the master will put the servant in charge of all his property. But if that servant says to himself, 'My master is delayed in coming,' and begins to beat the men servants and the maid servants, to eat and drink and get drunk, then that servant's master will come on an unexpected day and at an unknown hour, and will punish the servant severely and assign him a place with the unfaithful. That servant who knew his master's will but did not make preparations, nor act in accord with his will, shall be beaten severely. And the servant who was ignorant of his master's will, but acted in a way deserving of a severe beating, shall be beaten only lightly. Much will be required of the person entrusted with much, and still more will be demanded of the person entrusted with more." The Gospel of the Lord.
We are now in the 19th Sunday in Ordinary Time in the Church's calendar. Our Gospel, taken from Luke chapter 12, speaks of vigilance and readiness. It speaks of being prepared and alert for the coming of the Master. The image used for this coming of the Master is that of the thief, whose coming cannot be foreseen. Hence, the invitation to be vigilant at all time. But why do we have this kind of gospel in the middle of the liturgical year? We may say that it is because we are following St. Luke's Gospel chapter by chapter every Sunday, and that this pericope happens to be the Gospel we must read this Sunday. That's the technical reason why we have this Gospel today. But knowing that the Lord speaks to us deeply at the right time, and that His message is ever timely, we know that there is surely a more sublime reason why we hear this Gospel today. We usually hear the motive of vigilance and readiness during Advent season, when we are exhorted to prepare for the coming of Jesus at Christmas. There are two important seasons in the liturgical year when we are called to be more conscious of our spiritual state. These are the Easter season and the Christmas season. During these seasons, we contemplate more and evaluate our relationship with God. The goal is to make sure that we are connected with Him. with the hope that at the end of our journey, we will be together with Him. We have long celebrated Easter season. We are still far from Christmas season. We are in the middle of the liturgical year, the ordinary season, when things, as the word ordinary sounds, seem to be ordinary, without something special to look forward to. During this time, we may fall into inattentiveness and negligence of our spiritual goals. It is exactly during this time that we need to be reminded again that we should not let our guards down. As disciples, we look forward to the coming of Christ and we want to be found ready. It may be the parousia or it may be during our death when we finally see Him face to face, or in our present day in many ways and forms. The invitation of the Gospel is to continue to be sensitive to the signs of His coming to us and not to be relaxed with our spiritual longings. The Lord wants to find us attentively waiting and prepared for His coming, doing things that are expected of us. Let us ask for the grace of attentiveness and being always ready to welcome the Master when He comes.